What if the girl you can't stop thinking about is actually trying to get rid of you? Welcome back to Mystique Psychology. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here, and if you're enjoying this so far, smash that like button. You probably tell yourself she is just busy or going through a rough patch. You think if you give her a bit more time, space, or prove your worth, she will come around. But let's face the truth you are avoiding. She isn't confused or overwhelmed. She is just not into you. And the sooner you accept this, the faster you get your life back. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because, let's be honest, you already know this deep down. Underneath all the excuses and false hope, you feel it. You feel it in your gut every time you send a text and watch the hours stretch into silence. You feel it when her mood shifts the second you walk into the room. You feel it when she talks about her future, and you are nowhere in the picture. But you ignore it, you bury it, and tell yourself stories, because accepting she doesn't want you feels like failure, and you'd rather live in doubt than face it. But here's the crazy part you need to understand. Staying in this limbo is costing you way more than rejection ever could. It is costing you your time, your focus, and your self-respect. Every day you spend trying to decode her mixed signals is a day you are not building a life that would make you magnetic to someone who actually wants you. So if you are serious about breaking this pattern, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. You will need these reminders every time you want to make excuses for someone who has already shown you where you stand. Here is the main point. When a woman is not into you, she won't sit you down and explain it. She doesn't owe you a presentation breaking down her feelings. Instead, she shows you through her patterns, her distance, and 1,000 tiny behaviors that all point to the same conclusion. If you are paying attention and willing to see reality instead of protecting your ego, you will recognize them immediately. Let me walk you through exactly what those behaviors are. Sign number 1 is low-effort communication. Her responses are short, delayed, and completely empty of curiosity. When a woman is into you, conversations flow. She asks questions, shares details about her day, and is curious about yours. She remembers details and follows up, but when she is not interested, you get one-word answers like, yeah, or cool. You text her a paragraph, and she replies with a sentence. You ask a question, and she answers without asking one back. The conversation dies in her hands, and you are the one resurrecting it every single time. That is not bad texting or her being shy. That is disinterest. And you know what the worst part is? You keep texting anyway. You keep initiating and carrying the entire weight of the interaction because you hope that if you just show enough interest, she will start reciprocating. But that is not how attraction works. You cannot negotiate someone into wanting you. You cannot earn desire through persistence. Every message you send into that void is just a message to yourself that you are okay being the only one trying. Sign number 2 is that she is always busy, but never offers alternatives. Listen carefully. Everyone is busy with work, stress, and life. But when someone truly wants to see you, they make time. Or at the very least, when they honestly can't make it, they will suggest a different day. They might say, Friday doesn't work for me, but is Sunday good for you? That is real interest. That is someone who is trying to make things happen. But if she is not into you, every single invite is met with excuses like, I'm just so busy these days, or I don't really know my plans yet, or maybe I will tell you later. But she never actually tells you later. She never comes back to the conversation. She never offers another day to meet up. Instead, she just leaves you waiting in this strange middle ground where you aren't fully turned down, but you aren't welcomed either. By the way, if you are finding this helpful so far, do me a quick favor and hit that like button right now. Now, here is why this behavior is so harmful to you. It keeps your hopes up. It keeps you waiting around. It keeps you ready to give her attention whenever she decides she wants it, without her ever having to commit to actually seeing you in person. People call this breadcrumbing, And it is not an accident. She knows exactly what she is doing here. She is keeping you around as a backup plan while she looks for other options. But wait, this next part is where it gets even crazier. Number 3. She talks about other guys right in front of you. Now, this clue is quiet, but it hurts. When a woman looks at you as a possible boyfriend, she is not going to talk about other men in her life. She won't tell you about the guy who messaged her, or the date she just went on, or how some guy at her gym keeps trying to chat with her. Why is that? It is because she knows how people work. She knows that talking about other guys tells you she isn't interested. But when she does not like you that way, you just become her emotional trash can, her therapist, and the person she complains to about relationship drama that has nothing to do with you. Before we go on, make sure to hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss our next videos. She will complain to you about the guy who stopped texting her. She will ask your advice on whether she should give some other guy another try. She treats you like one of her girlfriends, not like a man she wants to date. And you sit there listening to all of it because you think this is your way to get close to her. You believe that if you are helpful enough, caring enough, and patient enough, she will suddenly see that you are the one she should be with. But it never works out that way. What really happens is she takes your emotional support while giving her romantic and physical energy to someone else. You become the backup plan, the safe choice, the guy she knows will always be waiting while she takes chances on other men who actually excite her. Now check this out, because this is where things get really obvious. Number 4. Physical touch is totally missing or feels super awkward. Humans are physical creatures. When two people like each other, they naturally want to be close. There are playful touches, sitting close together, and finding small reasons to be near one another. A woman who likes you will lean toward you when you speak. She will laugh and touch your arm. She will stand next to you. She will make chances for physical contact because that feeling pulls people together. But when she is not into you, she keeps her distance. She sits across the table from you instead of next to you. She steps back if you get too close. Her hugs feel stiff and quick. There is no holding on, no warmth, and no spark. You can feel it. You feel the barrier between you. But instead of accepting what that barrier means, you make excuses. You tell yourself she is just not a physical person. You tell yourself she just needs time to get comfortable. You tell yourself things will change, but they won't. Physical attraction does not grow because you feel like you have to do it. It is either there or it isn't. And if she is keeping her body away from yours, she is telling you everything you need to know. Number 5. She does not put any effort into you. Every relationship is built on give and take. When someone cares about you, they invest their time, their effort, and their thoughts. They check on you. They remember small details you told them before. They show up for you, and they contribute to the connection. But when she is not really into you, you are the only one putting in any work. You are the one planning every single date. You are driving all the way to her. You are paying for every single meal. You are remembering her special day, her exact coffee order, and that random story she shared weeks ago. And what is she doing on her end? Just the absolute minimum. She only shows up when it is easy for her. She lets you take charge of every single conversation. She happily takes everything you offer, but she gives absolutely nothing back. But now, here is where it gets interesting. You actually notice this. You see this huge imbalance, but you do not say anything because you are terrified that if you stop pulling all the weight, the whole relationship will just fall apart. And you are completely right, it will, because she is not holding up her end of the bargain. She never actually was. Now, let us look at sign number 3, which is keeping emotional distance and keeping things completely on the surface. Building a deep bond requires both people to be vulnerable. It means sharing your biggest fears, your dreams, your failures, and your deepest truths. When a woman is truly into you, she opens up her heart. She lets you see who she really is behind closed doors. not just the perfect, polished version. She truly wants you to know the real her. But when she is not into you, every single chat stays super light, casual, and safe. Before we go any further, if you want to keep learning how to read these signs, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Now, here is the crazy part. Every time you try to go deeper, she quickly changes the subject. You ask real, meaningful questions, and she just gives you empty, shallow answers. She does not share what keeps her awake at night, what she is working toward, or what scares her the most. Why? Because she simply does not want that level of closeness with you. She does not want to be known by you in that deep way. And deep down, you can feel it. You can feel the invisible wall she has built. But instead of respecting that boundary, you keep trying to smash through it. You think that if you just ask the perfect question or set up the perfect romantic moment, she will finally open up. But she will not. Because letting you in would mean she is committed. And she does not want this to mean anything. This brings us to sign number 4, which is when your gut tells you something is totally wrong. This is the biggest sign of all, the one that beats everything else. You can try to explain away her bad behavior, excuse her cold patterns, and pretend her distance is just caution, or her lack of interest is just shyness. But you can never lie to your own gut. And your gut already knows the truth. It knows it during the long silence after you text her. It knows it when you watch her light up for someone else in a way she never, ever does for you. It knows it when you are lying awake at night, replaying your conversations and searching for signs of hope that just do not exist. Your gut knows she is not into you, but your ego refuses to accept it. Accepting it means walking away, and walking away feels like you failed. So you ignore your own instincts. You ignore the pain. You stay in a situation that hurts you because leaving feels way harder than staying stuck. But here is what you really need to hear right now. Your gut is not trying to hurt you. It is your most honest friend. When it is screaming that something is wrong, it is not just being paranoid. It is trying to save you from wasting your precious time on someone who has already decided you are not the one they want. But here is the crazy part. Why does this lack of curiosity about you happen in the first place? Why do women do this instead of just telling you the truth? Why do they use distance, mixed signals, and the slow fade instead of just saying, "I am not interested"? There are a few main reasons. First, they want to avoid conflict. Most people hate confrontation. Saying no to someone directly is super uncomfortable and awkward. It risks hurting feelings or starting a fight. So instead, they pull away and hope you just take the hint. Second, it protects their own ego. She likes the attention you give her. She likes knowing someone is chasing her. It feels really good to be wanted, even if she has no plans of ever wanting you back. So she keeps you close, but just out of reach, getting all the attention she wants while giving you nothing real in return. Now, there is a third reason. She might be truly unsure. But wait, here is the catch. That confusion only lasts for a very short time. True attraction makes itself clear pretty quickly. If weeks or even months go by, and you are still only getting tiny crumbs of her time, she is not confused anymore. She has already made up her mind. She is just not telling you. If you are enjoying this video so far, smash that like button right now to help us out. But here is the crazy part. Think about what this is actually costing you. Every single day you spend waiting around for someone who does not want you is a day you are missing out on someone who would love to be with you. Every bit of energy you waste trying to win her over is energy you are taking away from your own goals, your growth, and your own life. You stop going to the gym because you are too tired from all the stress. You miss out on good opportunities because your mind is somewhere else. You stop being your best self because you are trapped in your own head, trying to figure out what you did wrong or how to fix it. But now this is where it gets interesting. The very things that actually make you attractive to women, like your focus, your goals, your self-respect, and your confidence, are the exact things you throw away when you chase someone who does not choose you. You stop growing into the man you want to be because you are too busy trying to please someone who has already decided you are not the one. If you want to keep getting videos that help you build that self-respect, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. So let us look at this differently. Realizing she is not into you is not a defeat. It is clarity, and it is total freedom. This brings us to sign number 5. You are the one initiating everything. This is the proof you need to stop wasting your time and put your energy into something real. Because, let's be honest, you do not want someone who is half-hearted about you. You do not want to beg or convince someone to like you. You do not want a relationship where you constantly have to prove your value. You want someone who looks at you and just knows. Someone who matches your energy and is excited to have you around. Not someone who just tolerates you. You won't believe what happens next when you start acting like the man who truly gets this. This kind of man does not chase. He does not play mind games either. He simply knows what he is worth. When he sees someone is not interested, he does not panic or overthink. He does not try harder. He just accepts the truth, respects her choice, and walks away. He does not take it personally because he knows attraction is just about compatibility and timing, not his value as a person. He does not beg for attention because he is busy building a great life. Because he is strong, confident, and selective, he becomes magnetic. Women notice this. They respect it, and they are drawn to it. Not every woman will be, but the right ones will. The ones who match his vibe and do not need to be convinced. That is the man you need to become. So here is how you do it. Stop reaching out right now. If you are the only one starting conversations, just stop. Do not do it to play a game. Do it as a boundary for yourself. If she cares, she will notice you are gone and message you. If she does not, you have your answer. Which part of this surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments below. Now, take all that energy you were wasting on her and put it into sign number 6. No future talk. Focus on your body, your goals, and your own life. Become the kind of man who has no time to chase because you are too busy building your own life. Set a high standard. Decide right now that you will only invest in people who invest back in you, that you will only go after people who make it easy, and that you will never again tolerate one-sided effort. Hold that line. Always trust your gut. The next time your instincts tell you something is wrong, do not try to make excuses. Do not wait for more proof. Trust it, act on it, and walk away. Let go of the outcome. Stop trying to control whether she likes you or not. Stop trying to feel like you are enough. You already are. For the right person, you will not have to try. And for the wrong one, no amount of trying will ever make it work. Here is the bottom line. You are not a backup plan. You are not a placeholder. You are not a therapist, an ego boost, or a safety net. You are a man with value, purpose, and standards. But here's the crazy part. The moment you start acting like it, the moment you stop tolerating disinterest and start demanding equal effort, everything changes. It is not because women suddenly want you, but because you stop giving your energy to the ones who do not. And that shift, that reclamation of your time and self-respect, is what makes you magnetic. If you are enjoying this so far, smash that like button. She is not into you, and that is okay because you are not for everyone, and everyone is not for you. Your job is not to win over people who do not choose you. Your job is to become clear on your value and committed to sign number 7, relief. Now this is where it gets interesting. When you pull back and focus on your path, you become so grounded in who you are that the right person recognizes it immediately. They match it. You are the answer. Not her validation, not her approval, not her finally coming around. You, your focus, your discipline, and your refusal to settle. That is what changes everything. If this hit you, and you feel the pull to stop lying to yourself, then hit subscribe and tap the bell so you do not miss the next video. You are going to need this reminder when you are tempted to text her again. You will need the truth when everyone else tells you to keep trying. This is where men who are tired of being options become men who set the standard. Which part of this surprised you most? Drop it in the comments below. Reclaim your life, and stop waiting for permission from someone who has already walked away.